Magnification volume 0%.
Good afternoon and welcome to Blind Builds. I'm your host Blind Prime, and for today I will be teaching you how to disassemble your Omega Supreme from Transformers War for Cybertron Siege into its component parts and reassemble it into its base mode. This is the bridge episode to bridge my Weaponizer series and my Core class series together, because this is more of a Weaponizer than any other Titan class, and that it's a parts former and it disassembles into multiple different things. So, with that out of the way, let's continue. So, to begin, you want to take out his wings. And the best way to remove Omega Supreme's wings is to grab both of them from the sides and just kind of pull them out from their moorings, and then they'll fall on either side. There's two of his wings. They get set off to the side for now. All right, wings done. Now we're going to remove the arms. Okay, so to remove the arms, what you want to do, move this guy, spin him around to the back so y'all can see, if you can see. So you want to do is make sure that his arms are right there. Okay, so above his arms, you can feel on the back of him, you feel this area where it sinks in, and then there's this area at the top that's actually like his shoulder, the place around his head. So you want to get that spot. You want to find it with your fingers, and then what you want to do is put two finger, your pointer finger and your middle finger of each hand on the shoulder area, right behind the head. And then you put your thumbs on the arm, on the actual shoulders themselves above the arms. Then what you want to do is push with your thumbs outwards. And what that will do is bring out his entire assembly for his arms and kind of a part of his back, and also his jet packs that rest on his back. So we're just going to set that off to the side. We're going to move him over here for now, because first we're going to assemble his, we'll do it all together. So let's just continue disassembling him, and then I will get to reassembling him. So we're going to spin him back around. Here he is. Now he's a guy missing legs. So next up, we want to, on either side of his midsection, you feel this big thing in his midsection. That's actually a part of the tank area. But on either side of it, we've got these panels that will fold up. So you want to fold up both of those panels, and then you want to reach down here to his chest area, to his waist, and there's this little section that we can unfold. And you want to unfold that from his waist. It sometimes clicks into place, but for me, it doesn't like to really stay in place, so it's generally loose. So you can just pull it out and lower it down. Now that these are up, the little shoulder panel things are up on either side of his chest area. They reveal some missiles, a lot of missiles. And once those bits are out, you can grab the front of his chest around this big thing. That's kind of like an oval. But you want to grab it with one hand and grab the back of the robot with the other. Make sure you don't touch the head, because the head's going to move. And then you're going to pull it. You're going to pull it out. There it goes. Okay. Now that's pulled out. We're going to set that right there. I'm just going to leave it off to there. Now we're going to work on the body itself, and we're going to get the body itself into its position, and then we're going to move on to everything else. So to get the body into its position, you're going to want to raise up the legs. So, got to make sure they're straight. Straighten out all the legs. Make sure everything's straight. His knees are no longer bent. There it goes. All that is correct. Okay, then you want to pick up the legs on either side, like he's doing some crazy double side kick. Boom, boom. Ah, it's so loud. So many ratchets. Okay, now you want to twist each of these legs on their knees. And now that that's done, you want to spin the core bit all the way around. There we go. And now it gets laid on the ground. We're going to make sure that it's all, just flatten it out on the ground as much as possible. And what you're going to be left here with is this big hollow section, and then this area in between his two front, his two legs that are now folded downwards. And last bit, on his underside, right around his, right on the other side of his crotch area, there's this bit that you have to fold out. Let me find it. And it can be tricky to find. and it doesn't ever want to work properly. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. All right, so underneath here, there's this little bit that you can fold up. It's located directly across from both of the leg joints, the hip joints, and there's this little raised area, and you pull that up with your fingers, and it latches into place with 2 ratchets. So you want to make sure you get that second bit. What that does is act as a kickstand, which will add a little more stability to your base that you're making here. So after that's done, make sure that the base is actually standing straight up and down. And now we want to actually unfold the little road plates from its sides, and those can be found. Pick it up and just reach in here with your fingertip and pull at the edge of the little ramps that are wrapped around his upper thigh. And once those are out, you can lower those down and they just go down either side. Or, and here's what I do, because I think that it would look better. So what you do with this, and this may be a little difficult to accomplish, I'll be honest with you. You want to try and fold these so that this flat area is actually kind of like a garage door or something. So what we want to do, I'm going to bring that leg up, I'm going to twist you downwards, and how did that work? I know there was a way to do it, to make it look better, and I can't recall. This is such a weird thing. Okay, wait. All right, so there it is, right there. Okay, so right next to the hip joint, you can twist it, and then you can twist this back, and that didn't actually fix the problem at all. Ah, so many ratchets. So many ratchets. All right. So you've got these little ramps. You can either set them up so that they are parallel to the road, or you can lower them down. But that's so weird that you can't. I could have sworn there was a way to do it, but I guess I'm wrong. Which, you know what? If you've watched this show enough times, you know I can be wrong quite often. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that's the right way to do it. It's been a while since I've done it, and make sure all of these little joints are straightened out and stuff. Good grief, this thing can get a little annoying with that. And make sure that bit's leveled out. All right, cool. Okay, so we've got our base platform. It's 2 little rows are done up. I like to put them all the way up and balance them on the edges. The other things, cool. Now on either side of this leg, you feel around, you can find that there's a spot. Let's find it. So you can feel that there's a, let's see, where did it go? It's around here somewhere. There's this little spot that you can pull. Oh, here they are. Okay, so feel up the new roads on either side of the base, and you can feel that little hill spot where the ankle pivot is for the feet. Now, right around it, there's this little spot. I'll move it right around there so people can see. There's this little thing that is folded inwards, and it can be a little tough to get it out. But what it is it's a connection point for the airlock stuff. And I absolutely love this airlock stuff, but these little connection points on the sides can be a pain to get out. There it goes. So the best way to do it is pinch it from either side and rotate it outwards. And it's just going to make this little connection point off to the side. And we're, of course, going to follow the same step on this side. Grab that little connection point with our thumb and forefinger and rotate it outwards 180 degrees. Now that that's done, let's work on our tank. So I like the tank, and the tank is the most transforming thing about this. So to transform the tank from its robot mode, we want to pick up the head. Now these little guns are kind of folded in on themselves. So you want to fold them out from their little cubby and rotate them both up and snap them into place so that they're really long guns. And now comes the weird part. So you want to go down here to the bottom of the tank, and it's folded in on itself. So you want to unfold it from itself, but you don't want to unfold it all the way just yet. Come over here to the front where this clear area is at, this window, and you want to pull this window off. It's always going to be tough. And now we're going to rotate this center panel, and we're rotating out a giant gun from inside of the tank. And this giant gun is going to rotate around. Now that that's rotated around, you can feel in this giant gun there's this area that's just big and wide, and it has a hollowness inside. That's going to be the place where Omega Supreme's face plugs in. So Omega Supreme's going to plug his face in like it's some sort of laser sight. And in the process of doing that, we're going to fold the tank all down and together. Omega Supreme's face is in its correct spot. Come on, come on. Connect in. There we go. There we go. That's in. That's correct. Now rotate both of the guns on either side. Point them downwards. And there you have it. Now we can, of course, raise the gun barrel for the tank. Raise these two gun barrels for the tank. Lower the clear panel down. And lower the gun barrels down. There we have it. There is the giant tank. The biggest tank in Transformers generations so far since the change in War for Cybertron. This is an awesome tank. I really like this tank. It is definitely something that you should never mess with. It's got 3 massive barrels, and we're just going to park it over there. Okay, tank done. Now we're going to move into completing our roads. So you remember those wings we took apart earlier in the episode? Here they are right here. Each of these wings actually folds apart into half of a circle. And then on the underside of them, we have these little platforms that you have to unfold. And you will find that there are 3 platforms to unfold to make little stabilizer points. And you can do multiple things with this. Thing number 1 you can do is you can unfold both of these panels. We're unfolding the second one right now. Make sure that you get each of its little legs unfolded as well. And now you can connect them both together to create a donut road that's just off the ground and no one can get to it. Or you can do what the instructions say. So we're going to take one road and set it off over here to the side. We don't need it at the moment. This road we're going to take and we're going to connect to the front. So on either side of his legs that we folded up, the little hill roads that they have now become, there are these airlocks points, and we're just going to connect it. You little connect it. Come on, come on, go to your home. You want to go to your home. What, are you too good for your home? Huh? Huh? Come on now. Let's go. Right there. No. Come on. These airlocks are really quite tough to lock into place. Once you get them locked, they're really good. It's just getting them locked sometimes can be a pain. But like I said, once you've done it, and they're not coming apart without a little strain and effort. We're going to get that one connected into place. You get that nice solid click. Now we're going to lower that bit down. Now we don't have enough room, so we're going to have to push this guy forward a bit. There we go. That's going to give us enough room on the back to follow through with the same process. You want to connect the ends to the ends, and this one's pretty easy to find. You just connect the airlock points, and we definitely will talk more about airlock stuff in the coming episodes of the Core Class series and the Modular City Formers series. Come on, connect. Come on. Come on. Ah, ow! I hurt myself. All right. Let's see. It's funny, they sell these things for kids, but it's like some of these parts actually require a good amount of effort to put together. And some good hand-eye coordination, I tell you what. All right, there it is, right there. Come on now. I got you all lined up. You just need to, there it goes, it clicked. Okay, next one. The second one's always easier than the first one. It's getting that stuff lined up properly. Make sure that you lower all these stands. And now you got this cool little road. Where's my cliff jumper at? I always love doing cliff jumper for a showcase on the modes. So here's cliff jumper, and he can drive all the way around and just kind of hang out and chill on this awesome little highway that gets created. And finally, we're going to come to the arms. Remember the arms that we disassembled earlier? Well, they're going to transform. So to transform the arms, you want to pick them both up at their wrists and make sure it's straight. All of it is straight. Then you want to take his back rockets, and you're going to rotate them so that they're connected to each other on one side. Then you're going to kind of lower it down And this is a bit weird, but you're turning these arms into an actual rocket. Oh, right. Inside the arms, you will find, inside of his backpack things, you'll find these panels that have to be unfolded. So we unfold, there's one fold, and then there's two fold. And make sure you fold them out all the way to their maximum because they're going to wrap around stuff. So then we're going to combine this together by taking these things and wrapping them around this rocket. There it goes. Okay. Now this is just a straight rocket, so it's pretty easy to figure out. Once you've got the middle bit kind of connected in, you want to shove the claw hand into itself, and then you're going to fold down this panel that we folded up, and it's going to click into place. It's supposed to click into place. Come on now! Don't you do this to me? We are live. We are doing an episode. There it goes. Okay, then that goes into place. Perfect. Now we're going to move. Hey, you stupid thing! You stupid thing! It sometimes doesn't want to connect, which is sad. But it usually connects very well. It's just that it's camera shy today, and that's a shame. Okay, all right, that's about you. Okay, let's work on this part. Close that up, snap that into place, and then we're going to lower down this part, and just kind of, there it goes. All right, now if we get all this correct, all of these little things will just snap into place and be really great and work out well if you get it all correct. But you screw up one thing with these little panels, and the entire mechanism is going to go up in smoke. So I got these stupid little foldy panels that never want to click into place. They're just always gotta be dastards. Okay. All right. That's got it. Okay, so you gotta rotate the hands. I forgot about that. So you gotta rotate these arms until it gets in the right spot where the connection will actually be secure. It doesn't want to connect together unless the hands, like the upper arm hand and the lower hand, are both folded in the correct way. Once that's done, those panels will stay in place. Okay, now we got a really, really tall rocket. You want to come over to the bottom end here, and we're going to pull out all of his claw hands. You're going to stretch them out as far as they'll go, and then you want to fold the fingertips inwards, and then we're going to fold each of the hands inwards until the fingers touch. Once all the fingers touch, you're done, and you have your rocket. Or you can stretch out the hand for better stability without the fingertips touching. You stretch it out really far, and then you can set this guy in here right in front of the command base. So here we go. We've got this panel that lowered down, and that's actually going to sort of help stabilize this rocket. But that's the biggest negative I have to this set, is that there's nothing really stabilizing this rocket together. This guy does not like to be stable. I wish that the rocket had they had actually designed some sort of connecting bit into this. But yeah, and you'd have to pull up the tip of the rocket head. So there you go. There is your Omega Supreme transformed out. Now the tank is a bit too big to fit on the rails, but we can set it right there. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope that my verbal instructions have helped you to assemble your Omega Supreme from his robot mode into his command base mode. The only real playset that we've gotten next to Scorponok in the War for Cybertron line and in the Transformers Generations line whatsoever since 2019. So I'm very happy with this, and I love the fact that it's one of two playsets. Though the module buildings are also somewhat of a playset, but this is what I really consider to be a playset. Something big that has a lot you can do with it. And we'll definitely be talking about this more in depth tomorrow on the episode in which I will cover Omega Supreme's base mode. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the show. Please consider subscribing, and please help me raise awareness for the blind by sharing this with as many people as possible. And if you like what you see here, please hit the like button. Thank you very much. Until next time.